Welcome back to another explainer. So today we're diving into something that is just a gorgeous mix of material wealth and deep, deep spiritual devotion. We're looking at the $9.99 pure silver Ganesh idol. It's like this perfect intersection of incredible craftsmanship and literally centuries of cultural tradition. We're going to break down exactly what makes this specific artifact so powerful and so resonant for the people who revere it. Let's get right into it.
Right off the bat, the core of this whole thing revolves around the number 999. Now, if you're into metallurgy, you probably know this already, but 999 actually stands for the absolute highest commercial purity of silver you can get. We're talking 99.9% pure. But, in a spiritual context, it goes way beyond just the metal. Think about it. Historically, silver has been prized all over the world for this beautiful, almost lunar-like reflection. It's always been tied to ideas of purity, clarity, and literally warding off bad vibes or negativity. So in this case, using that pristine, untainted material isn't an accident. It's chosen specifically to mirror the sacred nature of the deity itself. It completely elevates it from, just a pretty decoration on a shelf into a highly significant spiritual artifact. And speaking of that spiritual significance, the main intention behind a piece like this is active reverence. The ultimate goal here is to literally invite the divine blessings of Lord Ganesha right into your home. So we're not just talking about putting a nice sculpted piece of metal on your mantle. No, it's a super intentional act. It's meant to anchor your household, setting this permanent tone of grace, peace, and spiritual grounding. It's honestly about transforming a regular old living space into a true sanctuary. This sense of reverence is perfectly summed up in a really powerful quote straight from our source material. It says that he, quote, removes all obstacles and brings prosperity and good fortune. And honestly, that right there hits the nail on the head. That's the very core of why Lord Ganesha is so universally revered. Think about any time you faced a massive, daunting challenge, or maybe when you're stepping into the unknown, like starting a brand new business, getting married, moving to a totally new city. It's a lot, right? Well, his presence is believed to literally clear the path for you. So that pure silver idol, it acts as this real, tangible anchor for that incredibly deep cultural belief. Because he has this legendary reputation for clearing those obstacles, these idols are hugely sought after during major life milestones. Our source highlights a bunch of key occasions for sacred gifting. Things like housewarmings, Diwali, weddings, different religious ceremonies, and of course, Ganesh Chaturthi. Now, if you look closely, you'll spot the common thread running through the whole shebang. They all represent fresh starts. There are times of profound, super vibrant celebration. So when you gift a pure silver artifact during these moments, it's really this time-honored way of saying, hey, I'm wishing you an absolutely clear, unobstructed, and prosperous path in this new chapter. Now, as you're looking into this, you're probably going to see a few different terms tossed around to describe the exact same piece. It's totally normal. Alongside Silver Ganesh idol, you'll very frequently run into Silver Ganesh Ganpati idol or Silver Ganesh Murti. So what's the difference? Well, Ganpati is actually this really affectionate traditional name. It reflects a much more personal level of devotion. And the word Murti, that specifically designates a sacred image that actually embodies the divine spirit. It's not just a basic statue, Actually grasping these little subtle nuances, it really helps us appreciate the incredibly rich cultural landscape behind the artifact. Of course, when we're dealing with sacred gifts like this, authenticity is absolutely crucial. The source actually gives us 3 key markers to look for here. First up, it has to be hallmarked for purity. That's what officially guarantees that strict 999 standard we were talking about earlier. Second, the packaging. It needs to be carefully and beautifully packed because presentation is everything for big occasions like Diwali or a wedding. And finally, the Made in India stamp. And listen, that is not just some manufacturing detail. It ensures the piece comes straight from the cultural heartland of these traditions. It adds this undeniable, definitive layer of geographic and historical authenticity.
So, we've covered a lot today. The impressive material purity, the incredibly rich spiritual significance, and the whole beautiful tradition of sacred gifting tied to this piece. As we wrap up, I really want to leave you with a question to chew on. How are you going to invite this kind of sacred auspiciousness and prosperity into your own life for the upcoming Ganesh Chaturthi? Or, maybe just your next big milestone. Whether it's by actually welcoming a stunning silver Murti into your home, or maybe just embracing the mindset of clearing out obstacles to let the good fortune in, there is just undeniable power in these traditions. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I will catch you in the next one.